let's get straight into one of the day's biggest political stories. And Daily Maverick publishing an article this morning saying that the DA's Helen Zille is eyeing the Joburg mayorship. Joining me now to unpack the story further is Daily Maverick's Ferial Haffejee. Ferial, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Ferial, I'm largely out of touch with Johannesburg politics these days. Having lived there for most of my life, I don't pay a lot of attention now. Was this unexpected move by Helen Zille?
Hi, Amy. So you're a semigrant, I see.
One of the hundreds of thousands.
It was an absolute humdinger broken by Dawie Bonzayer in the Rapport and City Press on Sunday morning. I hadn't expected it and immediately started reporting because it came like a bolt from the blue, as I knew many of the caucus people in the DA in Johannesburg were putting up their hands, throwing their hats in the ring because the race, the internal race or the primary is heating up in the DA quite a bit.
I did hear Helen Zille talking to my 702 colleague Bongani Bengwa on the morning show this morning, confirming the fact that she does intend running for Joburg mayor, but also confirming the fact that she will face stiff competition from within her own party.
She certainly will. I don't know if I'm at liberty yet to say the kinds of people who'd put up their hands, but it was interesting for me to find out, Amy, in my reporting, that the party had in fact approached many other leaders outside of the DA, people with a big history of turnarounds, I guess, in the business community. And while they had spoken with the DA, in the end they decided that they wouldn't put up their hands for the job for two reasons. One, it's a big job. And secondly, it doesn't pay very much.
Ferial, Helen Zille obviously has spent time in Johannesburg, but she now lives in Cape Town with her husband and family. What does that mean for this potential position?
So she grew up in Joburg. If you read a book, her history is written here. Quite a bit of her extended family still lives in Joburg, but her immediate family lives in Cape Town. In order to run for a mayoral position, you have to be resident in the place in which you run. And that can be anywhere, rural or urban South Africa. So she'd have to move here. And I think from my discussion with her, that had been quite a big part of her decision-making process until she's reached this point where you say she told Bongani that she indeed would be applying for the role.
What does she bring to the table?
I think that what Ms. Zille brings to the table is that she's done it before. So she was a very popular mayor of Cape Town. And then I asked people around her, what does she have going for her? And they said that in the past months in her new role, she's very much been focused on the governance aspect of the DA's work. So she was instrumental in bringing it into the government of national unity. And wherever the DA runs things, be it in Cape Town or in smaller towns, she's a very big part of its governance unit where I think they share experience, they run strategy, and they look at how to improve governance. So they said that's what she has going for her. I think the other big thing is that she's just a very big personality. And this is a complex city. It was structured unlike any other metropolitan governance. I think I've explained before that it's run by entities rather than by the city itself. And that puts in an additional level of complexity and also of problems, as I cover almost every day with our power cuts and water cuts in the city.
And with all those complexities, I'm guessing that her years and years of experience and resilience in the political world would be an advantage. But Ferial, we can't ignore the other side of her reputation, which is sometimes quite damning, and she has been known to rub a lot of people up the wrong way.
So governance-wise, resilience-wise, Helen Zille has a lot going for her. On the other hand, and I'm sorry to put this so boldly, maybe you want to contest me on it, Joburg is a very black city. Its identity is so, it's where the majority of your black middle class lives. It's also where homelessness and the real, where the rubber hits the road on the big intractable problems of South Africa, like unemployment and poverty. And from where I've seen Ms. Zille head in the past few years, I think in quite a conservative direction on race politics, I wonder if she'd cut the mustard here because it's a very different political setup to Cape Town.
I did have the same thought this morning. I wish we had more time with you, Ferial, but I know you're running into another meeting, so thank you for the time you have shared with
Thank
us
you very much,
this
Amy.
afternoon. Daily Mavericks Ferial Haffejee just talking to us there about Helen Zille contending as a possibility. Why did I struggle to get that word out? For Johannesburg mayor, and I'd love to get your take on that, Cape Talk listeners. What do you think? Do you think she'd be a good contender for the Joburg mayor position? 072 567 1567, or you can even give us a call, 021 446 0567. She was, as Ferial said, there, a very, very successful mayor when she was in Cape Town, but Joburg is an entirely different beast.